Now, someone whose fundraising has been supercharged over the last couple of weeks is Donald Trump. Donald Trump's campaign fundraising has really been supercharged by his arrest, although I don't think that tells us anything about what this does for him in a potential general election matchup. And my opinion is that the arrest is very bad for Trump. Politico is reporting indictment turbocharges Trump's fundraising. The former president's two political entities brought in $18.8 million during the first quarter of this year. Now, of course, that predates the arrest, but the article reads Trump raised a combined $18.8 million in the first quarter. But the campaign says, and again, remember, until they make the FEC filing, the fact that they say they've raised this much money has not been proven. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt, even though they lie all the time, and say we believe them. They say that they were able to raise $15.4 million in just 2 weeks after charges were filed against Trump, which is a suggestion that Trump is growing his fundraising base. And it says nearly a quarter of those who contributed to Trump during that 2-week period after the arrest had never given to Trump before. I remain convinced that the arrest is good for Trump in the primary and not good for Trump in the general election. I believe, and it seems clear from the data, from the claims, we'll get the data at the end of the quarter, but it seems clear that when you see, wow, accelerated fundraising for Trump after the arrest, and also a quarter of the donors never donated to Trump before, it certainly is feasible to believe from that there are existing Republicans and likely Trump supporters who just never donated before. Maybe because they couldn't afford to, maybe because they can't really afford to now and still shouldn't be donating to Trump, who after all is a billionaire. Why does Trump need to fundraise if he's a billionaire? And the whole thing was, I don't need anybody's money. I can finance my own campaign. Okay, put that aside. I don't doubt that the counter narrative and the propaganda that Trump and others are spreading about the arrest is helping Trump raise money from MAGA types. And I don't doubt that this may even help Trump's polling, which we will be looking at on tomorrow's program in the primary. But as far as the general election goes, if Trump is indeed the nominee, I don't think this gets him a single additional vote. I don't see any way that it does. The folks who are actually connected to reality and look at things in a sane and sober way are overwhelmingly going to see Trump as a chaotic and beleaguered candidate because of the arrest. So I'm with many on the right who have been saying this seals Trump's primary victory. I don't disagree that that's an accurate interpretation of what is going on. I don't think this is good for Trump in the general. And of course, I'm making a prediction, and we will have to wait and see.